Hello students, this is your Mr. GST who makes actually GST a good and simple tax for you. In this video, quickly we are going to cover EWay bill chapter. Sir, now coming to EWay bill, sir, you know that generally whenever there is movement of goods is happening, generation of EWay bill is to be done. Sir, EWay bill, how to generate EWay bill? Sir, there are websites and mobile applications, SMS and bulk upload tool and application program interface for generating the EWay bill. Same way, you can also cancel the EWay bill using the same tools. Okay, fine, sir. But first of all, understand, to generate EWay bill, you should be generally registered under GST and also you should be registered in EWay bill portal. Just like how do we have user ID, login, password in GST common portal, same way you will also have the user ID, password in EWay bill portal. There you have to register yourself. And one more thing, sir, if you are an unregistered transporter, if you are a registered transporter, no problem, using that registration number, all that stuff, sir, you will register yourself in EWay bill portal. If you are an unregistered transporter, what you have to do, it is mandatory for you to get enrolled in EWay bill portal. Because of that, you will get a 15-digit unique transporter ID, which we call as TransIN, okay, for transporters. If they are registered, no problem. If they are not registered, they should enroll in EWay bill portal, so they will get the transporter ID, you call it, or TransIN, you call it. Fine, okay, sir. Now, sir, when should I raise EWay bill? Very important point, sir. EWay bill should be raised when the movement of goods is happening and where the consignment value is exceeding 50,000. That means consignment value should be greater than 50,000. Very important point. Sir, what do you mean by consignment value, sir? Consignment value means, the important thing here is we should understand consignment value means value under section 15 or whatever the value declared in invoice or challan, whatever it is as per the delivery challan, and it includes, please understand, it includes GST. So long in GST, wherever you have seen the limits excluding GST, but here you will see a scenario where it includes GST and excludes exempt supplies, value of exempt supplies if the invoice is raised for both taxable and exempt goods. So you can understand that means only when you are transporting the taxable goods where consignment value is greater than 50,000, sir, EWay bill is required. Consignment value means what? Both value plus GST. That is very important. Okay, sir, fine. Now here, sir, when I should raise the EWay bill, sir? The reasons can be, yes, because there is supply, you are moving the goods, or sir, no, sir, there are some other reasons, maybe sending for job work, etc., etc., or it is a purchase from unregistered person. So in all these cases, what will happen? You will generate EWay bill. Okay, so that is what the concept. I repeat, EWay bill should be generated when there is movement. Maybe the reason is supply, or maybe other than supply also, or maybe even it is purchased from unregistered person also. You have to generate EWay bill, and that will be mandatory if the consignment value is greater than 50,000. We have seen that. Now, sir, EWay bill form, if you see GST EWB 01, sir, as a registered person, you should be giving the reason and the details regarding causing the movement of the goods before the commencement of the movement. In part A, EWay bill form will be having two parts, part A and part B. Part A, you will be giving complete details of why are you transporting the goods, what is the reason, from whom to whom the goods are going on, consignor, consignee details, their registration details if they are registered, all the pin codes, etc. Value of goods, what is the GST rate applicable on that, so what is the HSN code, all these details pin to pin will give in part A, and we will file the part A of the EWay bill. And in EWay bill, the part A, there will be something called transporter ID also. It is not mandatory, it is optional. And if you are giving the transporter ID in part A of the EWay bill, the EWay bill will be assigned to the transporter, so he can update part B details if he wants. Sir, what will be there in part B? In part B, there will be vehicle details if at all you are transporting the goods by road, or if it is through railways, railway receipt number, airways, airway bill number, all that stuff. Sir, these details will be given in part B. And if you are transporting goods by road, it is mandatory to have vehicle number in the EWay bill in part B. Okay, so while transporting the goods, if I don't know the vehicle number, only the transporter, until he transports, he doesn't know the vehicle number, you can assign the EWay bill to the transporter, and transporter will keep updating part B. You can update part B any number of times. Sir, in middle there is any breakage of the vehicle, breakdown of the vehicle, we are changing the goods from one vehicle to another vehicle, all these cases, sir, any number of times you keep changing the EWay bill, part B in the EWay bill, the vehicle number. The only thing is, when it is verified, that should match with the actual vehicle which is carrying. So when the GST department officer stops the vehicle and verifies the EWay bill, the vehicle number in EWay bill part B right now and the actual vehicle should be matching. That's all. That is more than sufficient. Okay, so that is what the concept is all about. Now, sir, here should I generate EWay bill? Like, who should generate EWay bill? Sir, it is mandatory to generate EWay bill. Sir, it can be generated even by the consignor or consignee. Sir, no matter whether you are transporting here in your own conveyance or hired conveyance or public conveyance, that means you are taking it in your own car or you are taking it in any public transportation or any hired vehicle, all these cases, sir, you should generate e-way bill. There is no exception here. Okay, so e-way bill will be e-way bill will be shall be raised by the transporter if the registered person is handing over the goods to the transporter without raising e-way bill. So consignor, consignee and even transporter can raise the e-way bill. Okay, that is what the concept. Next, sir, as I already told you in tax invoice chapter, if you remember, if the goods are being moved for any reason other than supply, sir, there won't be any tax invoice there. In such cases, what we should do, sir, in such cases you will raise e-way bill with the help of delivery challan. Am I clear? Right, so that is what the point. Next, sir, as we have already seen, this is important one. As we have already seen, e-way bill will come into picture only when, sir, when consignment value is exceeding 50,000. But sir, in two cases, consignment value, even though it is not exceeding 50,000, e-way bill will come into picture. Okay, so what are the two cases? That means e-way bill is mandatory even though the value of supply is not exceeding 50,000. So e-way bill shall be raised even though the consignment value does not exceed 50,000. Sir, what are those two cases? Number one, sir, interstate transfer of goods, sir, interstate transfer of goods from principal to job worker. That means principal is located in one state, job worker is located in another state. For example, Vishnuvardhan is the principal, he is from Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. What he is doing, he is transporting the goods to Mr. Leo in Chennai. Sir, my job worker, sir, consignment value is 40,000 only, sir. Value plus GST. If you see, I am not selling the goods, I am just sending the goods for job work, and I am in Andhra Pradesh and my job worker is in Tamil Nadu. So what should I do? Should I raise e-way bill? Yes, it is mandatory for you to raise e-way bill even though consignment value is not exceeding 50,000, because it is interstate supply between, interstate transaction between principal and job worker. That is mandatory. Next, second one, we have already seen in registration chapter, sir. If you are dealing with notified handicraft goods or any other notified goods, I am giving you relaxation from GST registration even though you are making interstate supplies, or if you are a casual taxable person dealing with notified handicraft goods and notified goods. Okay, so in these cases, sir, what should be done? For you people, we have seen, I am giving relaxation in registration, but you should obtain a PAN card and generate e-way bill. That is mandatory for you. You cannot ask for relaxation, sir, consignment value is there, no sir, not exceeding 50,000 and all, you should not talk. Okay, that is the next one. Next, sir, in case of bill to ship to model, what should I do, sir? There are two supplies, we have already discussed this again. So now, for example, Vishnu is making a sale to Vamsi, Vishnuvardhan is making a sale to Vamsi Krishna, VK, Vamsi Krishna is making a sale to Kasi. So now please understand, or let us take here, Vamsi is making a sale to Vishwanath. Am I clear? So Vishnu is making sale to Vamsi, Vamsi is making sale to Vishwanath, but Vamsi is asking, Re Vishnu, you directly deliver the goods to Vishwanath. Like that he is asking, so I am delivering. Sir, there are two sales here. One is Vishnu to Vamsi, Vamsi to Vishwanath. Two sales happen. But goods are moving only from Vishnu to Vishwanath, Vishnu to Vishwanath. So what should be done here? Sir, here one e-way bill is sufficient, sir. Two sales are there, no sir. Should I raise two e-way bills? Not required. Sir, bill to ship to model, see here, movement is only one, no. It is moving only from one fellow to another fellow. So automatically one e-way bill is sufficient. That is what the concept. Okay. So in case of bill to ship to model, there are three persons but two supplies involved. But movement happens only from one person to another person. So hence one e-way bill shall be sufficient. And as I told you already about the contents of e-way bill, part A and part B, as I already discussed with you, sir, these are the contents. Okay. So along with the pin code, that is mandatory. If you give pin code in e-way bill, based on the pin code of consignor and consignee, the system itself will calculate the distance and it will calculate the validity of the e-way bill. Now, who shall raise the e-way bill? Sir, e-way bill shall be raised by transporter. Like when the goods are transported by registered person, consignor or consignee, as we have already discussed, the consignor or consignee or even the transporter can raise the e-way bill. Okay. But if the goods are transported by railways, air and vessel, sir, e-way bill shall be generated by only the registered person, that is the supplier or the recipient, not the transporter. They will not generate e-way bills for you. Okay. Next, key points. Sir, if you see the key points here, sir, if the goods are transported through railways, e-way bill is not required to be carried by the railways, sir. They will not carry the e-way bill, but they will give you the goods delivery only when you submit the e-way bill. Okay, when you are taking the goods delivery, then they will take the e-way bill and then only will give you the delivery of the goods. So I repeat, generally when you are transporting the goods, sir, you should carry invoice and e-way bill, or you should carry delivery challan and e-way bill, as the case may be. But if it is transported by Indian Railways, Railways will not carry any e-way bill with them, but they will give you delivery of the goods only if you submit the e-way bill. Okay, next. Sir, this relaxation is only for Indian Railways actually transporting, not for any private agencies who has been like taking the parcel spaces in railways on lease. For them, this provision is not applicable. If they are transporting, they should carry e-way bill along with them. Okay, next. Sir, as I already told you, e-way bill you should fill part B, the vehicle details, correct? But sir, if that e-way bill is not filled with part B details, that e-way bill is not valid. So understand, e-way bill is valid only if the part B details are filled. But here one interesting case is, sir, details of conveyance not required if the goods are transported within 50 kilometer radius within the state or union territory from the place of business of the consignor to the place of business of the transporter for further transportation, and place of business of the transporter to place of business of the consignee. What does it mean? Sir, from your godown, you should take the goods. You are taking the goods in a lorry, in a vehicle, okay, to the transporter location. For that movement, in part B, you would have raised party of the e-way bill, and you can raise party of the e-way bill and move the goods. In part B, vehicle details are not required. Okay, and so now from transporter location to another, like consignor, let us assume I am transporting the goods from Chennai to Hyderabad. Chennai to Hyderabad, when the goods are being transported by the transporter, he will fill part B and he will give the vehicle numbers, everything, and he will proceed. Now, when the goods are reaching Hyderabad, that they should deliver in the godown of mine in Hyderabad, my godown in Hyderabad. So, from their location in Hyderabad to consignee location in Hyderabad, this movement is happening, Nora. Again, this movement, vehicle number is optional. I repeat, sir, in Chennai, from my godown, I am taking the goods to transporter's godown. That time, vehicle number is not required, optional. If the distance is less than or equal to 50 kilometers and it is within the state, and the goods are going from consignor from my city to Chennai to Hyderabad city. Okay. Now, in Hyderabad, it is reaching transporter's location only. From that location, again, they should deliver it in consignee's address. So now, from transporter location to consignee address, the vehicle is moving. No, that time also vehicle number is optional. It need not be there in the e-way bill. That is what they are trying to tell. Okay. They mainly, when you are transporting the goods from one city to another city, one state to another state, one place to another place, during that movement only, sir, we need the vehicle numbers are in part B. From consignor location to transporter location, or transporter location to again consignee location in that particular same area within 50 kilometer radius within the same state, part B, if it is not filled also, not a problem, it is sufficient. Next, let me see, understand here, from Chennai to Hyderabad, the goods are reached in lorry, and again they are unloading from lorry and they are just transporting it in some share auto or some auto like Tata Ace, all the stuff will be there, no. So in such type of autos, etc., they are transporting. That vehicle number is not required in part B. That is what they are trying to tell here. Okay. Next, sir, once you generate the e-way bill, a unique e-way bill number shall be generated. Okay. So that is their obvious. Next, transfer of goods from one conveyance to another conveyance. As I already told you, sir, you can transfer the goods from one conveyance to another conveyance any number of times, but when they are verifying it, it should match with the e-way bill. Okay, it can be updated any number of times, but it should match with the actual vehicle number carrying. Okay, next, so as I told you, sir, when part B details of e-way bill number, that is the vehicle number has to be updated, you update the vehicle number, no need to generate new e-way bill. Okay, so that is what the concept. And supplier, recipient, transporter who has generated the e-way bill shall update the details in part B. And as I told you, you can give the transporter ID and assign the e-way bill to a transporter. But if transporter A has assigned the e-way bill to another transporter, for example, here I am transporting goods from Chennai to Gujarat. My customer is in Gujarat. So what I am doing, I am assigning this e-way bill to a transporter called Mr. A. That fellow is transporting the goods till Hyderabad. And from Hyderabad, another transporter B is taking care of transporting the goods from Hyderabad to Gujarat. In that case, sir, this transporter A is assigning the e-way bill to transporter B. Now the transporter B, what will do, sir, he can update any part B details in future if he wants. Transporter A cannot make any updates now. Simple, e-way bill I am assigning to a transporter, this transporter assigning to another transporter. So when it is already assigned to a new transporter, the old transporter cannot make any changes to the e-way bill. Obvious, common. Next, as I told you already, sir, the person in charge of the conveyance has to carry what? Has to carry invoice and e-way bill, or delivery challan and e-way bill that they have to carry. And they can carry the e-way bill either in the physical form or in the electronic form, or it can be even mapped to a radio frequency identification device, just like a fast tag kind of technology, where you are mapping the e-way bills to the radio frequency identification device, and that will be embedded on the vehicle. And the moment the vehicle crosses the RFID readers installed by the commissioner at specified places, so the moment vehicle passes on, what will happen? Automatically that RFID will be scanned, and the information of all the e-way bills mapped to that vehicle will be captured by the system. Okay, so that is the whole idea all about. Next, sir, in case of goods are transported through e-commerce operator or courier agency, the part A of the e-way bill may be furnished by them itself, no issues. Next, the details provided in part A of the e-way bill will be automatically reflected in GST-R1. It will be useful for you to file GST-R1. So the data duplication will be avoided, the time will be saved. That is the point. Next, sir, as I already told you, sir, when e-way bill is generated, you can also cancel the e-way bill, but e-way bill shall be cancelled only within 24 hours from the time of generation of the e-way bill. But understand, sir, while transporting the goods, already that e-way bill got verified now, you cannot cancel it. So it is not possible if it is already verified in the transit. And once the e-way bill is generated, especially, sir, as I told you, part A and part B, two details are there. Part B, you should give the vehicle details. Sir, I don't know part B vehicle details. First, I will raise part A, sir. I will fill part A and I will wait for part B, sir. Whenever I am transporting the goods, then I will cross check and I will fill the part B details, sir. Yes, you can do that. Generate part A alone and raise the e-way bill. But it is not valid until you finish part B. Okay. So, e-way bill will now wait for you to finish part B details. How long? For 15 days that will be there. So, and after within 15 days, what you should do? You should finish part B details and generate the e-way bill. Okay, so this is only after filling part A. For part B, e-way bill will wait for 15 days. That is the validity. We are not talking about actual validity of the e-way bill. You know, actual validity of e-way bill depends upon the distance, 200 kilometers, 20 kilometers, that we will see in some time. Okay, hope it is clear for you. Next, once e-way bill is generated, it cannot be edited for any mistake. The only option left for you is it can be cancelled only within 24 hours. That is what we have seen already. Okay, coming to the next topic, consolidated e-way bill. Sir, what is this consolidated e-way bill? Sir, the consolidated e-way bill is nothing but, sir, instead of carrying multiple e-way bills with me, the transporter, what he can do, the transporter can consolidate all the e-way bills and generate a e-way bill called consolidated e-way bill. Okay, so we are consolidating all the e-way bills. Please don't misunderstand, we are not consolidating the invoices, we are consolidating the e-way bills. Sir, multiple consignments I am transporting, sir. For that multiple consignments, whatever I am transporting, sir, there are e-way bills with me, sir. All those e-way bills I am consolidating and giving a consolidated e-way bill, sir. So as I was telling, so please understand, consolidated e-way bill will be generated. And I repeat, sir, for multiple invoices, you should raise multiple e-way bills, and all those multiple e-way bills can be consolidated and a consolidated e-way bill can be generated. But all multiple invoices you cannot consolidate and raise one single e-way bill. You cannot call it as a consolidated e-way bill. Okay, for multiple invoices are there, raise multiple e-way bills and consolidate them. That is what the concept. Now, as I told you already, sir, consolidated e-way bill as such will not have any validity, and it will not affect the individual validity of e-way bills. Let us assume 100 e-way bills are consolidated. 100 e-way bills will have their 100 validities, different validities. It will not have any impact on like consolidated e-way bill. Consolidated e-way bill as such will not have any validity. That is what the concept. Okay, fine, sir. Then what is the validity of e-way bill, sir? Generally, as you know, e-way bill validity is generally, sir, if you are transporting them through other than over-dimensional cargo or multimodal shipment in which at least one leg involves transportation by ship. Sorry. Yes, here please understand, sir, if it is over-dimensional cargo or multimodal shipment in which at least one leg involves ship, then 20 kilometers one day, and every part of 20 kilometers you will get one additional day. Other than this, other than over-dimensional cargo, other than multimodal transport where one leg involves ship, that means over-dimensional cargo or ship is involved now 20 kilometers per day. No, sir, it is not involved, sir. In that case, what will happen? The 200 kilometers one day, sir, and for every extra 200 kilometers or part thereof, you will get one additional day. And as I told you already, you have to give pin code of the consignor and consignee, correct? Pin code of consignor and consignee. Sir, in such cases, what will happen? Sir, when you are supposed to give consignor or consignee details, there are pin codes you should be giving, and based on the pin code, system will automatically calculate the distance, and based on the distance, automatically the validity will be determined. Imagine I am transporting, just imagine I am transporting goods from Chennai to Bengaluru. The distance is 404 kilometers. Now, how many 200 kilometers are there? Suppose if it is other than over-dimensional cargo or other than multimodal transportation where one leg involves ship. Sir, in such cases, every 200 kilometers, 1 day validity. Sir, here how many 200 kilometers are part thereof are there? 3. Sir, it is 2.02 something, correct? In such case, sir, what is happening here? What is happening here? In such cases, sir, you will get 3 days validity here, because every 200 kilometer are part thereof you will get 1 day. Sir, here you will get 3 days validity. Imagine I have raised EWay bill on the auspicious day 14th Feb. So it is valid till when? 15, 16 and 17. Clear? That is what the concept. Okay. Now, over dimensional cargo means nothing but the cargoes which you are seeing, the lorries, etc. The lengthy lorries and all will be seeing on the road when we are traveling. They are called as over dimensional cargo. Simple. Next. So I have given here the explanation regarding the validity, all that you can just go through that. And sir, suppose if there are any natural calamities or any law and order issues or any transshipment delays or accident of conveyances, etc. Sir, due to various reasons I am not able to deliver the consignment within the time limit of the EWay bill, sir, then what we can do? Sir, the EWay bill validity can be extended by the transporter, but he should do that within 8 hours from the expiry of EWay bill validity. Okay, so that is what the concept. And one more thing, sir, EWay bill generated in one state or union territory, it will be valid across India. For each and every state whatever we are crossing, we need not generate EWay bill. Okay, so that is what the point there. So the next one is acceptance or rejection of EWay bill. See, when you are generating EWay bill, you are using my GST number and raising EWay bill on me. That means let us assume you are located in Mumbai and I am located in Chennai. Sir, you are transporting the goods, and consignee, who is the consignee, like that, or who is the consigner, like that. When you are generating the EWay bill, you are using my GST number. So both the parties are there here, two parties, from one fellow to another fellow when movement is happening. Any fellow raising the EWay bill and opposite fellow's GST number, if it is given, sir, it will get reflected to him. So now, for example, you are raising EWay bill on me and I will get a message that like this EWay bill number has been generated in your GST number. Sir, if I have really purchased, then fine, I will keep quiet. Or if I have not purchased, what should I do? You may use just like that my GST number and transport the goods, correct? So the point is, the system is giving me the option, sir, within 72 hours from the details available in the common portal or time of delivery, whichever is earlier, either I should accept it or reject it. If I reject it, no problem, fine. If I leave it as such, then it is deemed to be accepted. That means here silence is acceptance. Am I clear? Anybody on whom EWay bill is raised, that fellow will get a message either to accept it or reject it. Sir, if he is accepting it, fine, or if he is rejecting it, fine, but he should do that within 72 hours, which is available in the portal, or time of delivery of the goods, whichever is earlier. Otherwise, sir, that will be deemed to be accepted. Right. Next, sir, EWay bill is not required in following cases. Please remember any 4 easy points from this. Suppose in worst case, if they are asking you straight theory question, write down any 4 circumstances where EWay bill generation is not required. So you should be very careful there. So please make sure you are remembering any 4 easy points. And finally, one more thing, understand, sir, when you are transporting jewelry, goldsmith, silversmith wares and other articles, you need not generate EWay bill. But there was a doubt, sir, even imitation jewelry, can I take this benefit? Then the department has clarified, except imitation jewelry. So imitation jewelry, sir, you should definitely take EWay bill. Okay, so that was the concept. Next, invoice reference number, all these things we have seen in even e-invoice. Rule 138B, 138C, 138D. If you see verification by the proper officer, what he can do, sir, he can verify the EWay bill or he can verify the conveyances. Okay. So guys, hope you have enjoyed the EWay bill quick revision. We have covered it in less than half an hour time. So wishing you all the very best and enjoy reading. See you all in another video. This is your Mr. GST signing off. Jai Hind.